and welcome back to Reactioncast. It's your host Jesus, aka Tyrant Dominus, here to give you another movie review. This time around, we're going to be talking about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Hello, we come in peace. Come on, Drax. Seriously, dude? No!
So we are watching the finale of this trilogy. Potentially more, we'll see in the future. But for sure, this is the final film directed and written by, why can't I say his name? James Gunn, as he is now venturing into the DC space. And with his works I've seen before, and I'm so excited to see what he is going to do with that side. I wanted to see what his final Marvel film was going to be. His other Guardian film have always been a very entertaining, very fun films to watch. So how did Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 worked out? So quick note ahead of time, there are there's a mid-credit and credit scene, so be sure, always remember. I sometimes need to know, some people don't know, but yeah, there are two scenes as always. And what else? Anything before I get into the review? It's like it's a 2.5 hour movie, so take note of that. Yeah, like it's almost 2.5 movies, 2.5 hour movies. It's a watcher. So the film itself is surprisingly filled with a lot, and filled with a lot in many good and interesting aspects. I'm not gonna say that there's bad aspects in that sense, but there's a lot happening, and it doesn't feel that convoluted than you would think other films would be, with so much stuff happening, and the way they decided to kind of cut up some of the scenes and sequences. But the film basically is a journey of the Guardians trying to rescue one of their members after they get hurt, and it's this venture of trying to save one of their friends, their family, and it's for sure a film with a lot of heart, a lot of laughs, and a lot of action, and I think they balance it reasonably well. I was having fun, like enjoying the comedies. The cast is back. Everyone performed really good. It didn't feel out of place. Everyone did their part, and I liked it. I think that's what's great about the Guardians of the Galaxy films in general. They are a mishmash group, and they do a good job playing off each other. And yeah, I like that. It's kind of hard to talk about this movie without getting like major spoilers. There's not really any major spoilers. It's just more of just the context of what the film is, because there's like the main like villain that we're handling here is the High Evolutionary, and villain wise, this is where kind of the film, like a film, these Marvel films kind of have to like, okay, how is this villain, the antagonist, like integrated with this movie? And I feel that the way it's done for this film works reasonably good. Oh my god, who plays this man? Oh my god, I can't pronounce his name. A Nigerian British actor. I'm not gonna try to pronounce the name. I do apologize, because yeah, I'm gonna butcher that. But no, he did a good job playing a version of him being wild and everything, and it was an interesting aspect, and it worked for what the context of the film was, as the team are trying to rescue Rocket from basically his death, and kind of doing a lore, basically a background on Rocket. And I think the way they did it with some flashbacks and integrated, because sometimes flashbacks can can be a little bit tough to handle, but they did a good job like dividing it into the film where it incorporated a lot of the aspects where it needed to be, and it never really like was like it didn't ever take away from other sections of the film. It was like utilized reasonably well. There's very little negative. Music's fantastic, soundtrack's great. Guardians have always had really wonderful music, not only music, the score as well, because they play around with that, some of the more classics of music, and they utilize that really great and fun. And yeah, like I said, there's really nothing super negative. There's like very few special effects issues I ever had. There was like almost very little to that. There was one jump cut that bugged me, but that's only like one. There was really nothing else really that was like yeah, like it was like irked me. It was just a fun movie to watch for sure. Like as I was driving home with my group, I was like debating on this film for sure. This is for phase 4, this is one of my top tier movies of this of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm mostly in phase 4 because for sure we've been having some interesting takes on some films for sure, but I think the way this film was written, the story, the acting that was given by all the performers, it really did a fine-tuned job, just kind of pulling on everyone's like heartstrings, doing a lot of these wonderful action sequences, so many fun comedy set moments, like just because there's like so like you got your classic Mantis and Drax playing off each other really good, and then just Drax alone is just funny, and there's just so good writing in this movie, and I'm really happy for that. And all the set pieces they use, just including different locations, just to kind of just really just enjoy this. Wait, what does this say? Wait, phase 5. Wait, what? Premiered, released in the United States. As part of phase 1. Wait, it's phase 5? Is it phase 5? Okay, there's an article saying that it's phase 5. Is it phase 5? I don't know. Is it phase 5? I'll look into that later. But no, it doesn't matter. It's a fun movie. I'm gonna like I said, there's a lot I can talk about this film, but it's just mostly gonna be like spoilers, because the trailers in itself just kind of give you just enough where you need to know. Like as I'm recording this review on Rotten Tomatoes, it's sitting at an 80% on critics and a 96% on audience score. Like reasonably, everyone's like doing basically a positive reviewing of this film. I haven't seen any of my personal people that I've watched for reviews, because I always try to do this before I watch or listen to anyone else's discussions, because I don't want to get influenced or anything before I kind of have my final thoughts. And I usually when after watching a movie, I kind of go straight into the office and record it, but I kind of wanted to let this one sink in a little bit more and just kind of really think about it. And as I was thinking about it, it's really disappointing to know that James Gunn is leaving the Marvel universe, because it was so fun to watch in this film. So, but what I'm glad to know is that he's working on some of the other things. Is working on, I think as I'm recording that, I think he's even writing the current Superman script at the moment, and I'm so excited for that. And I'm so looking forward to rewatching this movie when it comes out on Disney Plus. And if there's other people that want to go see it, I might go see it again in theaters, because it's for sure it's a film that I'm glad that I watched on the big screen. Like, I always will watch most films on the big screen, but sometimes, like, it's hard to watch some movies. Like, you just gotta get yourself out there, and it's like, don't. But yeah, that's kind of really it. I'm just gonna be like reiterating a couple things. Is there really anything super negative? No, nothing super negative, but I'm gonna give Volume 3 a solid 9 out of 10. It's a solid 9 out of 10. It was an amazing movie. I'm really glad I watched it. It was super entertaining. I want to see what's to come of all these people. Because like I said, there's things at the end that I'm like, okay, that's what's happening. Because yeah, like I said, in acts and sections, in the way the film's like put into these acts, they do a really good job. The way they handled Gamora's return, the way they handled different people's relationships, the way they handled the villain, the way they handled Rocket's backstory, they did a really good job with all this. And I never felt I was lost. I never felt that something was going wrong. Every moment just did right. So 9 out of 10. Let me know what you guys thought about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Are you gonna plan to watch it? Are you gonna wait? Are you just gonna skip this? Are you a little disappointed that James Gunn is leaving? Or are you excited to see what he's gonna be doing with the DC franchise? Let me know down in the comments if you're watching this on YouTube, and if you are on Spotify, that's great. Thank you. I'm happy that you're just listening to this. So thanks again for listening or watching. Until next time, see ya.